Now, the Frederick Douglass response to that sort of thing that he addressed in the 1800s was he didn't throw out the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. He appealed to them. He looked at all men are created equal and says, no, you're not living up to what you believe and you should live up to it. This new movement is like, what you believed was always wrong in the first place and we need to replace it with something else. And that's the, radical egalitarianism, collectivism. But these things don't just work because the KGB decided to, infiltrate some universities or Hollywood. It works, I believe, in part because, and this is rooted in my faith. I think Christianity doesn't just, I don't think it's just a nice story. I don't think it's just a nice set of morals. I think it does more to explain the human condition than anything I've ever read. This idea that there is a sinful nature that we contend with, but there's also such a thing as love, justice, and redemption. There's such a thing as objective right and wrong. There's such a thing as objective truth. Well, if you're growing up in a society where you've been rooted in none of that, or it's been ripped out of you, or you've been convinced that this is all about inequity and disparity of outcomes, and therefore the proper way to address it is going to be through political action and the accumulation of political power so you can punish the oppressors and lift up and liberate the oppressed, right? And look, as a Green Beret, our motto was to free the oppressed. Mm-hmm. But that's the part where that is an appealing message, in part because we ultimately don't want to come to full grips with the evil that resides in us. When you've spent time in combat, when you've spent time, I think, in law enforcement, and other people just by nature of finding themselves in very dangerous or abusive situations, evil becomes a very, very real thing. It's no longer just some nice philosophical construct with a bunch of people discussing what constitutes evil or how do we measure it. When you've seen truly horrible things, the way I put it once is I don't think you fully recognize evil when you see it. You realize what it is when it looks back.
And I would agree with that.
Yeah.